Hello, 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 hello. This is Tips of the Unknown, and I'm here to talk about Crown Jewel that is happening this Saturday at 8 Eastern. Not PM, but it is going to be AM. So I'm going to try to wake myself up for that one. Hopefully, I don't miss it. I'm going to try to set my alarm so I wake up early, like I do if I was going to work. It's crazy though. I can handle 12 p.m. and even 11 a.m., but 8 a.m.? That's crazy. For personal reasons, I will not be live recording like I usually do for my channel, but I will be live tweeting. So, yep. It's 5 matches here, so I want to talk about them. The winner and losers of this match. Honestly, there's not much that you can tell but from what this will turn into. This is obviously going to be for me, but I feel like this PLE is going to be a setup for War Games in San Diego, which I wish I can go, but I cannot. So, but I will be watching War Games like I will be watching Crown Jewel on ESPN. Some of you got that VPN, so good, happy for y'all. But I'll be watching on ESPN. Anyways, so let's just get right down to it. So this is the match card. Easily something could happen on Friday night that could change the whole thing, but Fast and the Furious. Anybody hear that? People. Anyways, if nothing changes from here, this is what it's going to be. 5 matches, just like Triple H likes it. God forbid there'd be a 6th match, but it's the way it is. So, without further ado, let's get into this Australian street fight: Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Honestly, if this didn't have Roman Reigns in it, I wouldn't be hyped. Not to take anything from Bronson Reed, because I think he's a pretty great talent. I don't know. I think Bronson Reed's kind of cool, but like, I'm not terribly hyped for him. I'm not like hyped for him like I would be for Braun Breaker. But Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Hopefully, this helps put Bronson Reed over. Clash in Paris kind of did that. Even though he lost, he still had a great showing and continuously beat the crap out of Roman Reigns along with Braun Breaker. So they set that one up for Crown Jewel on an Australian street fight. There's sometimes these street fights are not so different from any other regular street fight. The only thing is it's an Australian street fight. Unless they bring in Australian themed things to use in the fight, not much difference from an actual street fight, from any other street fight that we see in WWE. But I expect Roman Reigns to win. They're ridiculous for Bronson Reed to go. I mean, it could happen, but I don't think it will. I think Roman wins this. I think Bronson Reed definitely dominates this match, though. But I feel Roman Reigns being OTC1, he's going to find his way to win that match. Roman Reigns topples Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed has another incredible showing. And hopefully this match puts over Bronson Reed. Like I say, I think he's a hell of a talent. I just feel like he's losing a bit of steam, which is weird too. But I hope this puts Bronson Reed over more, and maybe then fans can really start clicking, because it's kind of again, amazing talent. I don't know. I feel like I need more from him. But yeah, Roman Reigns gets the win. All right, here we go. John Cena versus AJ Styles, the match that everybody had been wanting for this retirement tour that has been seriously lacking for the most part. mostly due to Triple H. And you know what? I want to say The Rock too, but I'm not gonna put as much on The Rock as I have done before. I feel like this is totally on Triple H. I feel like Triple H should have done better to have booked this. Just because The Rock left. Okay, so what? WrestleMania didn't go the way you expected it to. You know, you expected The Rock to be there instead of Travis Barker. Travis Barker. Travis Scott. God, I get those names confused. Not the person, not the people, just the names. But Triple H should have had something in place for this heel to work, for this heel turn to have worked. The only times where it truly has worked has been in cases where it's like with CM Punk. I believe that is it. It sort of worked with R-Truth for a little bit, but that's an angle that I wish they could have gone with, and that could have been more than just what it was on a Saturday night's main event, but it is what it is. And they had a nice little thing with, again, the angle with R-Truth coming back and him being, him using his real name. They had a pretty good angle, and they just didn't go anywhere with it, and I thought that was kind of lame. But, now we're getting actually something that we actually wanted. Now the Logan Paul match, I didn't necessarily want, but they still had a hell of an outing. So you got to give props to Logan Paul and Logan Paul for putting up a great match for John Cena. But this is the match we wanted: John Cena versus AJ Styles, and especially since we got the whole TNA and NXT thing going on. It's pretty cool we get TNA versus WWE in a way, because John Cena is the guy who ran the place for WWE, while AJ Styles was the man who ran the place for TNA. So they have been putting on like banger after banger with one another, starting back from 2016. So I am just expecting another banger, and I cannot wait for this match. This match is going to be another masterclass. But I'm going with John Cena here. I feel like he's lost one too many times during his retirement tour. I got to give it to John Cena. John Cena wins this one versus AJ Styles. Hopefully AJ Styles could eventually win that Intercontinental Championship, but I don't think he will, but I hope he does. I really do. But John Cena picks up the dub, and he gets to move on to War Games, which is one of his last remaining dates. It's gonna be really sad, dude. I'm honestly, man, his final day, even if it's in Washington D.C. and it should have been in Boston, we can complain about that all day, but his last match in Washington D.C., Saturday night's main event, it's got to be all about John. There cannot be any other way. His match, he's got to have the most perfect ending to his career, and I know he's going to want to put somebody over. Let's talk about Gunther being the guy. I'm like, I guess you could go with Gunther. I would go with Obafemi. Jacob Fatu is on his own path right now, on a different path, so I don't think those two will meet. But Obafemi, to me, is my guy that I would have as a match with John Cena one last time. That'd be freaking cool. But I did hear something about Dominic Mysterio, and I kind of like that one, actually. You know, I just thought about that. Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena. Final match. That'd be pretty freaking cool. And for John Cena to win the IC title, I don't think he's ever had that title, if I'm not mistaken. So that'd be really cool for John Cena to win one, and I think become a Grand Slam champion, by all accounts. So I think he'd be a Grand Slam champion by all accounts. But Yeah, John Cena versus AJ Styles is going to be a hell of a match. So I'm ready for all the feels for that one. So yeah, eventually somehow this won't necessarily lead to any war games specifics, specific match or whatever. But John Cena will be in the war games match. I'm pretty sure. All right, on to the tag team match with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. I expect Rhea and Io, or Rio, that's their name, to beat the Kabuki Warriors to further this feud on. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka turned on Io, and Kairi Sane is currently playing the role of Jey Uso in this whole thing. Because she's not really wanting to do the things that she's doing, but she's following Asuka because she feels indebted to Asuka. So eventually that dam will break, but not right now. Rhea and Io, best of friends. I see Rhea and Io winning this match. It's going to be a pretty great match, filled with a lot of emotion, especially with Io and the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. But all that being said, this right here, I think will be the third best. No. I'm gonna say it. No, oh my God. This is gonna be the third best match of the night. I feel like this is gonna be the third best match of the night. But this is going to lead into War Games. I'm going to get into later on who I think will be match of the night. But Rhea and Io, they're going to have their they're going to be part of War Games. I think the Kabuki Warriors going to be part of War Games, along with Roxanne and Raquel. And I think Becky's going to get roped into it. Now, I don't know if she's going to be initially part of it. She could be. Somehow she gets roped into it, perhaps. But she will be part of War Games. And so we get on the other side Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. Then we're going to have Bayley, who's a split personality right now, and Lyra Valkyria, and AJ Lee. AJ Lee will be part of War Games. And so Becky is again in is going to be in disarray because now she's got to deal with AJ Lee in another capacity. And I think Rhea and Io's team is going to win that one. But sticking with Crown Jewel, Rio topples the Kabuki Warriors, and this will undoubtedly lead to the War Games match in San Diego. Next up, the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Stephanie Bacquer versus Tiffany Stratton. This one's a tough one because I honestly will probably be up in the air for who wins this one. I feel like Tiffany has done enough this year to solidify her stance of all the people that she's beaten. So I don't think she needs it. I'm going to go with Stephanie Bacquer. I think that helps solidify her as the new champion, and a very credible one. Not just she's popular right now. I mean, super popular right now. Not Rhea Ripley popular, but she is popular, and this will only help her further that agenda of Stephanie Bacquer being a credible champion. Is for her to beat Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany does not need this match. I think this one, to me, could very well be match of the night, because I just feel like the women have had better matches than the guys. And I think Stephanie Bacquer, being the top of the games that she is, and Tiffany Stratton being who she is, I just see a banger match, and I think this is going to be match of the night. I am putting it over John Cena versus AJ Styles. I'm sorry. I just feel like that's where we're leading to. Stephanie Bacquer, Tiffany Stratton, match of the night. Stephanie McHare picks up the win and ends up with the ring, with a crown jewel ring, because that's the thing we do now. We couldn't. I think they had a title. Am I not mistaken? I think they had a title. I can't remember. But they definitely do get a ring because they have been alluding that with the final match that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, I think this is going to be a banger match. Yeah, this good. I think this is going to be a match tonight. I'm still trying to say that John Cena versus AJ Styles. I mean, either one could go, but I'm going to go with Stephanie McHare versus Tiffany Stratton. I think that's going to be a match of the night. And last but not least, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Now, this has been brewing for over the last few years, especially now. It's all kind of really starting to bubble to the surface between Cody and Seth. Seth has been kind of just like thrown with Cody because they've been enemies, but they've also been allies in the quest to take down Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. And now Seth's kind of felt like Cody kind of spat in his face when he teamed up with Roman. But in the same breath, Seth is kind of like he wants what Roman had. It wasn't for me. I've always felt like this. Seth Rollins never did this because he was trying to free up the WWE for just because for all the other wrestlers necessarily. It was always because he wanted to be the one that had that control. And Roman effortlessly had that. And I feel like he feels like Roman shouldn't have had that, and he feels like because Roman had this family and everything's really starting to become easy for him, he had a leg up because Roman was trying to be the babyface or trying to be the babyface that Vince wanted. But now that Roman gets to be Roman, he hates it because everyone's so gravitated to him when they should be hating him. And Seth wants that. It's that jealousy. And it's something that was brewing when Paul Heyman even brought it up when he was trying to ask him what would happen if he lost, what would happen to everything if he loses to Cody. And basically what Paul told him was that then he had to start actually asking himself, why did he choose Seth Rollins over Roman Reigns? And that just irked the living crap out of Seth Rollins. So for this one, I'm going to say storyline. I think Cody would be really cool for Cody to win. But I think I'm going to go with Seth. I think Seth's going to have his guys interfere in this match. And I feel like Roman could easily get involved. And CM Punk. Very well could happen. But I feel like this is leading into their War Games match. Cody Rhodes, the Usos, Roman Reigns, possibly Punk. Along the other side, you get Seth Rollins, Division. Maybe LA Knight joins because, just because. That could very well happen. He could be their next member. Or we could get Ethan Page. I mean, it's crazy what can be introduced. But, 2 open slots, to stand with the Vision. I got to think LA Knight's going to be one of them. Because it seems like LA Knight's kind of turning a little heelish. And also Ethan Page, which, we've been waiting for something like that. So he could easily be called up. I don't think he will. But that could happen. It could very well happen. So, my winners. Roman Reigns beats Bronson Reed as a review. John Cena beats AJ Styles. Rhea and Io beat the Kabuki Warriors. Stephanie McHare beats Tiffany Stratton and wins the Crown Jewel Championship. And Seth Rollins beats Cody Rhodes to win the Crown Jewel Championship. So, like I said, this PLE is mostly just to further the story for going into War Games. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like it's going to be an absolute spectacle, but it will do. I think this will do its job in telling the story and to getting it into War Games. So, yep. And match of the night again: Stephanie McMahon versus Tiffany Stratton. Um, John Cena versus AJ Styles will be second place. Rhea and Io. You know what? I'm gonna say Rhea and Io just because it's a tag team match, and I feel like tag team matches are just, it's hard to have a match of the night when it's a makeshift tag team with, and then the Kabuki Warriors, because then you have Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, and I just feel like that would be criminal to have them as the fourth best match. So I'm gonna say they're the third best match. And then Rhea and Io versus Kabuki Warriors could be four, and then the final match, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. I'm sorry, Roman Reigns being in last place. I didn't want to do it, but just the way a match card is, that's the way I see it. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching. I truly appreciate this. It's really cool that I get people watching my videos, and it is pretty cool, especially my reactions. It's pretty cool. I'm still trying to get up my views up, obviously. So if y'all could please share, that'd be really cool. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I will be doing more of these, and I got something on the way that I really wanted to do, and it has to deal with Jey Uso. OTC 2. That'll be my next video that I'll be making. But I'll probably drop that one on Saturday as well. I'll probably be dropping that one on Saturday since I won't be doing live recordings. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please stay safe out there. See you guys in the next video.